Hey everybody, Sean Johnson here, nerd dad extraordinaire, accountant, and all that, coming back at you with another WGU update video. This video is going to be on the second half of Intermediate Accounting 1. So the final, I think it's sections 7 through 9. To be completely honest with you, I'm already a few days into my third term. The reason I didn't make an update video is that after I passed that class, I just kind of washed my hands of it and then said, I'm taking a break until my next term. So I didn't want to think about school, didn't want to talk about school. You know how it goes. Anyway, the latter half of this class, it focuses more on like actual tangible skills as opposed to like theoretical framework or things where you have to memorize facts or anything like that. The PA and the OA are pretty aligned. The only issue that I had was with the long-term debt equations. So if you have like a no interest bearing note, how much do you account for as like a premium or a loss on a long-term note? And the difference between if it has no interest rate or if it has a stated interest rate and then there's a market interest rate, like what's the difference? What do you account for as a premium or a loss? I struggled with that because on the PA, there was only zero interest notes, but there was one question on like the difference between a stated interest rate and a market interest rate. So just be aware of the difference between those because I know that's something that I missed. Otherwise, the difference between market and cost for inventory valuation, that was not particularly hard. Just kind of practice, do some practice problems. My new program mentor that I just got recently, she sent me a message that had a bunch of practice problems. I don't know if you can get that from course instructors, but it might be worth reaching out and asking if you can get that document because it had a lot of practice problems for each section, probably 20 practice problems. So if you can get that, that was super helpful for me. Then the last part had to do with some financial ratios. I think one was accounts receivable turnover, and the other one was inventory turnover. Not particularly hard concepts, and a lot of the times they give you the numbers that you need for the equation. Not hard to do, but I would memorize it because they will give you more information than you need to try and confuse you. But as long as you know exactly the points of information that you need to plug into the equation, you'll get it right. I'm going to be honest with you. This class took me way longer than I was expecting. It's not difficult in terms of like concepts, at least in my opinion, but it is difficult in terms of like breadth, like how much it covers, and then exactly what you need to, I guess, show that you know on the exams. I felt like the exams were a lot easier or a lot shorter than what I learned. So the amount of effort it took me to learn the information didn't correspond with the amount of effort I need to put on the exams. But that's just me. I guess that most people would probably be happy about that, where the exams are easier than the amount of effort it took you to learn. But I guess for me, it feels kind of like an opportunity cost of like I didn't have to study as hard or I could have put in less effort. But at the same time, I know for me personally, I wanted to learn as much as I could for these intermediate courses because this is like the meat and potatoes of like the profession, and like knowing these concepts separates you between just being a bookkeeper and being an accountant, right? So, that's just kind of a personal hang up of mine. I believe the date of today it's August 4th, so I'm a few days into my first term or my third term, which is kind of interesting because my previous program mentor, she would sign me up for 12 credits and then move up credits as we went, but my current program mentor, she signed me up for all 21 credits, which is all that I need to graduate, and she's like, I think you can do it. So, I mean, I kind of feel the pressure of being able to do 21 credits in 6 months because I'm registered for them. So it's it's going to happen this term or it's not. So I guess you can probably push courses back. I don't really know, but I don't think I'll need to. I got 18 credits last time, and so it's only one more course. If I could accelerate a couple of the HR classes, then I should be fine. I don't think I'm going to do a Term 2 recap, simply because the cost, what I paid versus like the amount of credits that I got. Yes, I saved some money, especially when you look at like opportunity cost and stuff like that, but like if you just look at straight cost, it's fairly comparable to the state institution that's in my town. But I might do a two-part like degree wrap up and talk about my Term 2. I might do a Term 2 recap when I have some time. I'm super busy, so I don't know when or if I'm going to do that. Recently at work, so there's two staff accountants at where I work. I was the accountant 1, the other person was the accountant 2. That person, the accountant 2, took a position as the grants and special programs manager, and so then I was asked, hey, do you want to be the accountant 2? And I was like, sure. Basically, the promotion that I've been working for, like this degree was supposed to get me, I got early. And they told me, hey, we're going to make you sign a contingency where you have to get your degree in 2 years or whatever. But I'm only one term away, so it was like 2 years from April of this year. And that's, I'll be done way before then. And the promotion came with about a $9,000 a year raise. And then they said that once I finish, I'll get about another $5,000 a year. So in total, it'll look to be about $14,000 to $15,000 a year. I will do a increase in pay video after I finish my degree. I talked about doing that in I think the end of my Term 1 recap video. I think I talked about doing that. I will still do that just so that you can kind of see the value that you can get from a WGU degree. It's already paid off for me, though. I mean, I think in total, my total cost for the degree is going to be about $10,000 or so. Yeah, about $10,000. And I've already, my pay increases that have come from pursuing this degree will pay for itself in about a year. So there'll be more information on that when I actually create that video, but it's already paid off for me. All in all, this next term is shaping up to be kind of exciting because I have 3 HR classes, the 2 intermediate accounting courses, accounting information systems, auditing. Yeah, and that's it. And then I'll be done. So I'm looking forward to the end of this. It's been a long time coming. It's going to be about a year and a half of effort of just consistently doing school, taking time apart from my family, and I'm looking forward to getting back to, I guess, my life beforehand. As far as what I want to do with my career going forward, we'll have to see after I complete my degree. It's going to open a lot of doors for me if I decide I want to do something different. But as for now, let's just focus on getting through school, right? That's all for me. This Nerd Dad Extraordinaire is out of here, and we will see you next time.